Test, 1, 2, test. One, two, test. Bonjour, bonjour à tous, bonjour à toutes. Je propose de commencer cette méditation. On peut joindre nos deux mains et simplement humblement demander à ce que tous nous puissions avoir une bonne méditation ce matin. Et on va lever notre Kundalini tous ensemble. Une première fois. Une deuxième fois. Et une troisième fois. On fait 7 arcs de cercle en passant bien au-dessus de notre tête. On regarde ce qui se passe dans nos mains aussi. On peut déjà commencer à sentir les vibrations. Ou pas. Deux mains en direction de la terre ou sur le sol si vous êtes assis par terre. Donc on sait que chaque doigt correspond à un centre. Et la mère terre va en fait absorber toutes les impuretés de tous nos centres. Mère terre, s'il vous plaît, absorbez toutes les impuretés de mes centres subtils, de mes canaux subtils. Mère, absorbez toutes mes tensions physiques, psychiques, spirituelles. On va remettre notre main gauche sur notre genou. la paume ouverte, direction du ciel. On va laisser la main droite en direction de la terre. On va porter notre attention sur le premier centre qui est le support de cette énergie subtile, la Kundalini, qui se trouve juste en haut, dans le sacrum. On peut porter notre attention sur la terre et l'endroit où on est assis. Même si on est sur une chaise, c'est pas grave. Contact avec la terre, ce centre, son élément, c'est la terre. Le fait d'aller se promener dans la nature, de regarder la nature, l'herbe verte, c'est aussi un bon moyen pour se nettoyer quelque part. En tout cas, de renforcer ce centre aussi. D'apprécier les fleurs, la nature. Et c'est aussi le début du canal gauche. Il prend sa source dans ce premier centre. Donc cette fois-ci, ce sera plus notre attention sur la main gauche. Pour équilibrer justement ce canal gauche. Mère, s'il vous plaît, dégagez toutes les impuretés qui se trouvent dans mon canal gauche. Tous mes conditionnements, toutes les choses que j'ai pu accumuler et qui ne sont pas justes. Et encore une fois, toutes ces impuretés en fait partent dans la terre. Elles passent dans la main gauche. Enfin, des vibrations sont prises de la main gauche et les impuretés partent dans la terre par la main droite. Dans l'élémentaire. Donc, quand vous avez une main main gauche qui est lourde, des picotements dans les doigts, c'est quelque chose que on peut faire. On va remettre nos deux mains sur les genoux. Cette fois-ci, on va mettre la main gauche en direction de la terre et la main droite ouverte pour vers le haut. On revient sur le premier centre. Mère, s'il vous plaît, rendez-moi digne de vous. C'est aussi l'aspect qui enlève les impuretés. On va lever notre main gauche en direction du ciel. Cette fois-ci, on va utiliser l'élément l'éther pour équilibrer le canal droit. Donc, la tendance de ce canal, c'est la surchauffe, l'hyperactivité. Donc ça épuise ce centre, ce canal plutôt. Donc l'éther va le refroidir, donc les vibrations vont passer de la main droite. Tout l'excès de chaleur, ça va passer dans la main gauche, dans l'éther. Mère, s'il vous plaît, refroidissez mon canal droit de son hyperactivité ou renforcer mon canal droit s'il y a une déficience. On va reposer nos deux mains. Attention sur l'os sacrum, où se trouve cette énergie subtile, la Kundalini. Et on essaie de trouver le canal central. On passe justement cette Kundalini. Le fait de méditer régulièrement va ouvrir ce canal central et il y aura de plus en plus de filaments Kundalini qui va pouvoir monter jusqu'au Sahasrara. Et il sera de plus en plus facile d'établir cette connexion et cet état de méditation. On va regarder un discours de Shri Mataji. On laisse nos mains bien ouvertes et on essaie d'absorber.
Flowers and such nice things to say. The cards and the letters and the beautiful poems. The children are singing beautifully. Words fail to express the feelings of such jubilation and such sincere feeling of happiness. You needed a mother to look after you, to care for you, and to be able to transform you with lot of wisdom. So every birthday I find that Sahajogis are also expanding their hearts and realizing that they are no more drops, but they are part and parcel of the ocean. And that the ocean itself is going to strengthen them and look after them. It's the ocean that is going to nourish them. And the same ocean is going to guide them. So the connection between a drop and an ocean has to be fully established. So the limitations of a drop have to be absolutely dissolved into the greatness of the ocean. With care and with nice things to say, we can improve the depth of the collectivity. And with sincere desire to be collective. The desire to be collective has to be very sincere. So, this expanse of your being will start. The first thing is needed a sincerity to yourself. Of course, because we are coming from a drop status, from a drop, a little limited drop, from that phase. So, we get engulfed again and again into those limitations. But we must see our own vision, what you will be in future, what you want to be in future. Thus, this sincerity itself to the idea that you want to be collective itself will break all barriers. If you are sincere to any purpose, anything, then you forget the time, you forget the labor, you forget everything. You want to achieve it, even in small things. Now, this sincerity comes from where? There are two things which work out sincerity. Firstly, you must see for yourself what is Sahaja, what it has given you. It has given you realization. It has given you that wider vision. It has given you collective consciousness. It has given you thoughtless awareness and doubtless awareness. It has made a new personality out of you, like an egg becoming a bird. And now you are a bird and you cannot go back to the shell again. Once you realize what Sahaja has done for you, and also realize what you have achieved in that. That is, you have achieved the knowledge, knowledge of Kundalini, which was a secret knowledge all these years, absolutely secret knowledge. Nobody knew about it. It was all underground. All the knowledge about Kundalini you have, very clearly, without going to any college, school, university, anywhere. Without going to any laboratories, you have experimented with it. You found out what is Kundalini. You have seen with your own eyes, you have seen the rising of the Kundalini. You have given realization to it. Already you have experienced not only the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost, but you have also experienced your own powers. Also you have seen that you have really become so much different from what you were in your knowledge of understanding things. So if your knowledge is so much with you, and you are entitled to raise the Kundalini of others, which was not done by any great saints before, by any great seers, Maharshis, all these great people who lived. Only very, very few people had this capacity to raise the Kundalini. All these years that you have got it. You understand what are the chakras, and you can diagnose it, even the children can do it. Which we don't realize is something so great. At a human level, we didn't know a word about it. We never even had heard the word Kundalini. And in such a short time, you have become so knowledgeable. That's the blessing of Sahaja. So when you see this, that you have so much knowledge, and the light of your attention, how it works, and then you see so many blessings that work out, and how automatically, just without doing anything, you achieve results. You are amazed. And you can't understand how it has happened, how it has worked out. Suddenly I was there, this happened. Suddenly I was there, that happened. How? This ocean is every moment, into all details, working out things. All these happenings should open your eyes to the fact that you are no more like an ordinary human being, that you are sages now, that you are saints. So our attitude has to be changed. So many human beings are still animals. You can see the way they are killing, the way they are behaving. They are not even human beings. We live with them. We see them every day. They are criminals, and not only that, but they have very low level of culture in them. We can easily call them as animals. Then we have some human beings who are half animals and half human beings. Then we have some human beings who are really human beings, who are seekers. Pudeva Basa, let them come forward if they want. Pudeva Basa. And this understanding of what you have achieved in Sahaja Yoga should immediately make you realize what you are. And when it all has happened to us, automatically you should be very sincere about it. You must feel that something really we have achieved is something so great. So we have to be sincere. Mentally also, you should feel that way. So this is first thing you do is to mentally feel that it's so important, it is so important, it is so valuable. You become very sincere about it. But the second part is different, where you see something, you know something, and you start opening your heart about it. In the second part, you have to open your heart. So the sincerity comes from an open heart. If your heart is not open, you cannot be sincere. Now what does it mean that your heart is not open? Let us see. You are born again, you have got your realization, also it is your birthday in a way. But in the growth of your knowledge and understanding, you have not kept pace with your heart. But what is the reason for that? What is it that keeps your heart like that? You can discover very easily that your heart rules the body, rules your brain, everything. Because if your heart stops, everything stops. But if your brain stops, heart won't stop. So heart is the most important thing, and it governs the whole being within you. Now this special instrument, which is very delicate, which circulates also, is like a stone. How will it pulsate? So when we say enlarge your heart, it means that the stoniness of your heart has to be melted away. But how does it become stony? We have to go to the roots of that. It becomes like a stone because the heart controls the brain. As there are 7 auras on your brain, in the same way there are 7 auras on your heart. And all those auras are the ones which control the auras of the brain. Now, on the brain, as you know, there are 2 institutions of ego and conditionings. We start pressing the brain too much. As a result, all these auras get pressed. So the auras which are surrounding the heart also get pressed. But brain can think, yes, this is very good, I know how to raise Kundalini, I know how to do this, everything I know, what there is. It doesn't become stony that way. It can think. Anybody who is a stone-hearted fellow can think, like Hitler. So the brain does not get affected by the conditioning of the ego to such an extent that it becomes like a stone, it cannot think. If it is ego too much, just closer in the brain will be better. Go on falling, I'm holding it on. If it's an ego, where a person may become stupid, but he thinks all. He really becomes stupid. Anybody who is an egoist, whose agya is catching, becomes a stupid fellow, no doubt about it. You see in his behavior, whenever he talks, the way he is trying to do anything, he's such a show-off, and he becomes a stupid fellow. Any wise person can see that he is such a stupid man. So, what we find, that mind is covered with the superego, but it does not make a person with a brain which is stony.
Essayons encore quelques minutes de garder notre attention à l'intérieur, d'essayer de développer ce silence. Ne pas s'attacher à nos pensées. On peut remercier notre Kundalini. On peut joindre nos deux mains. Remercier notre Kundalini. Et on peut lever notre Kundalini. Une première fois. Une deuxième fois. Troisième fois. 7 arcs de cercle. Excellente journée et à demain. Au revoir.
Re 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 na na re 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 na re na te ta जय गंगा जगतारिणी जय गंगा जगतारिणी जग जननी पाप हरणी वेदवरणी वैकुंठ निपानी जय गंगा जगतारिणी जय गंगा भागीरथी विष्णुपदा पवित्रा जगतारिणी जय गंगा जगतारिणी पापहरणी वेदवरणी जगतारिणी 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 जय गंगा जगतारिणी जय गंगा जगतारिणी जगजननी पापहरणी वेदवरणी वैकुंठ निसानी जय गंगा जगतारिणी जय गंगा जगतारिणी जय गंगा जगतारिणी जगजननी पापहरणी वैकुंठ निसानी जय गंगा जगतारिणी जय 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 गंगा जगतारिणी जय जय जननी पापहरणी जय गंगा जय गंगा जय गंगा जगतारिणी जय जय गंगा जगतारिणी जय जय जननी पापहरणी जय गंगा